Hello everyone. Again, welcome back to all of you for another interesting topic. That topic is the pedigree analysis for this ongoing chapter. Right. So, what is the pedigree analysis? Pedigree analysis is actually a pictorial presentation of family history for a particular disease, or you can say when we want to know in the history, okay, this may be that for a very common disease is a diabetes means we used to say, okay, my father was having, maybe I will also have, or maybe my grandfather was having that disease, my father was not having, but maybe I can have. So how it is possible, how we can study that? So there is a one way to study that, and when we are studying that and we want to draw, that time there is a we need a pictorial or you can say graphical presentation. So that time we call it as a pedigree analysis, right? So if we talk about the family history, or if we talk about the inheritance of a disease, so that time actually we are talking about the inheritance of a gene related to that disease in that family history. So how it is possible inheritance when the male and female are fusing? So if we want to draw that family history in concern of that inheritance of that gene, so that time we need few symbols, right? So in that case, there are the few symbols that today I am going to tell you how we are going to draw that symbol, what is the meaning of that symbol. So first symbol, this is the diamond shape in this. What is the meaning? If someone is somewhere it is drawn like this way, so it means that is a person's sex is unspecified, right? When there is a circle, means that person is we are talking about a female. If this is a rectangular, we are talking about the male. Or if this is a square also, we are talking about the male. So when there is a mating between the male and female, then we will draw like this. When there is a mating between the close relative, means there is a cousin or something very close relation is there, and there is a mating between the male and female, that time we call it as we draw with the two lines. So this is all about your what? This is all about your the normal healthy person, right? But when we talk about the inheritance of a disease in concern to the gene, that time the person may be affected. So if there is a one thing is given like this way, one pictorial presentation is like this, right? So it means this person, means that male is affected, that the male is having that disease. So that time we draw it like this way, or in your book it is maybe a complete circle, complete lining is there, that female or male is completely affected. So it is somehow like this. So this is the meaning of, this is a symbol for the affected person, right? Now when person is affected, person is having a gene, but that phenotype of that gene is not shown, means the person is having that gene related to that disease, but due to the recessive or due to the certain other reason, that person is not showing that disease, right? That person is not affected with that disease, but person is carrying the gene related to that disease. So in that case, persons are what? They are the carrier, right? They are carrying the disease. So in that case, how you will draw? We will draw with the half like this way. So this is the meaning of carrier of the disease. They are the carrier of what? That any disease. Maybe it's a male, female, or maybe it's a male. Right. So this is the symbol. Again, next symbol is what? When there is a meeting between the male and female, and the next line, if it is shown like somehow like this way, it means these are the parents and these are the progenies. Progenies, I think you are very clear with the progenies, means this is the next generation, maybe a male or female. Right, so this is what? These are the progenies. Now if this is what? If male and female, and another symbol is like this way. So here what you will say? You will say like this male and female are the healthy, means parents are the healthy, but one of the progeny or one of the male in the next generation is affected with the disease. So this is a symbol for that also, right? Now another symbol in few pedigree it is shown like this also. What is the meaning of this? This is the meaning of the digygous twins. Means from the one zygote, when there is a formation of a twins in the coming next generation, a mother is going to deliver a baby. That baby is what? So how it is possible? How we will write in a symbol? So its symbol is like somehow like this way. Female and male is going to fuse, and their progeny is like this. Or more correct, you can say like this also. So in this case, these are what? These are the digygous twins. So this is the symbol when in any pictorial presentation it is shown like this, means these are what? These are the digygous twins, right? And what about the monozygous twins? If we talk about the monozygous, in that case what is there? Maybe they are the same, means male and male, or maybe they are the female. So in this case what we call it's a monozygous twins. So these are the few symbols that we are using during the pictorial presentation or pictorial representation for any pedigree analysis. Now when we talk about the pedigree analysis, actually we are talking about what? We are talking about the inheritance of gene, right, from one generation to the next generation. So that if the something happened, now previous topic we have talked about the mutation, right? In that mutation, what is there? Due to certain changes, there are the certain changes, maybe a point mutation, maybe a chromosomal mutation. Due to that, there are the changes in the sequence of DNA take place, and due to that, certain abnormalities come in the coming generation. So when now what I am saying, I am taking about the pedigree analysis, means we are talking about the inheritance of a gene related to a particular disease. It means basically we are talking about the genetic disorders. Right? Genetic disorders categorized into two. Right? One is known as the Mendelian genetic disorder. First is known as a chromosomal disorder. Right? Chromosomal disorder means when the changes take place in the chromosomes. As I told you, in the mutation also there is a polyploidy, there is an aneuploidy. So in that case, what is there? When there is a changes take place in the chromosomes number, that time we call as a chromosomal disorder. Second one is a Mendelian disorder. Right? Mendelian disorder means when there is a change take place in the genes, and gene may be in the single gene or in the frame of the gene. So point mutation can be there, or a frame shift mutation is also there. So in that case, this is known as a Mendelian disorder, right? Now again, if we talk about the Mendelian disorder, it means we are talking about the changes where in the chromosomes, chromosomes, basically we are talking about the base pair of the DNA, or basically we are talking about the genes, right? So in that case, Mendelian disorder is again because we are talking about the chromosomes. So there are the two type of chromosomes that you know very well, that is what? Autosome and sex chromosomes, right? So autosomes and sex chromosomes, there are the two type of chromosomes. Now when the changes take place or disorder take place in these two places. So when there is a autosomal, so that is known as the autosomal disorders, and when it is sex-linked, then it is known as a sex-linked disorder, right? Now again, autosomal, there are that if we talk about any disorder, if we talk about any gene, you know genes present in a pair, and there is a for any you can say any character or any trait, there is a contrasting, right? Contrasting trait is there, right? So in that case, and you know from Mendelian law of dominance, one is the dominant and second one is the recessive, right? So in case of autosome and sex-linked, again there is what? There are the categorization of a disease. One is known as the autosomal dominant disease, right? Second one is known as the autosomal recessive disease, Third one is the X-linked or sex-linked dominant and sex-linked recessive. So these are the categories of the diseases in the Mendelian disorder, right? Now if we talk about this category, so autosomal dominant, you know very well. Dominant means when, for example, autosomal A, if we are talking about the autosomal AA plus XY, if this is the genotype, or you will write, so AA is what? A is the autosome, this is what? Sex chromosome. When the changes take place in this autosomes chromosome, that time we call it as a autosomal. Now when they are present in a dominant condition, you know very well, dominant means out of two allele, if one is going to be dominant, means dominant, whether they are present in a pair or they are present in a single. So in that case, they are known as a dominant. So a very common disease for autosomal dominant is the Huntington disease. Very common, but it is not in your syllabus. Autosomal recessive disease that are very important in your syllabus. That is, first one is a sickle cell anemia. Second one is a cystic fibrosis. Right. Third one is the phenylketonuria. Right. So these are the few common diseases related to the autosomal recessive disease. Now sex-linked dominant is again very rare. That is what? Defective tooth enamel. That is also a disease. And recessive is what? Color blindness. Hemophilia. So this is in your syllabus, that will come in your this kind of category, that is a X-linked recessive disease. In the next module, we will discuss about what is the meaning of dominant, how you will see by seeing the pedigree. Okay, this is the dominant disease, this is a dominant autosomal, this is a dominant X-linked. So that we will get to know. And here one more thing that I want to tell you. If you talk about the chromosomal disorder, when you will go through your book also, the chromosomal disorder means, as I told you in the mutation also, when there is a failure or the addition, you can say when there is a failure of the cytokinesis, and due to that there is a addition and deletion of any whole set of chromosomes number, that time we call it as a chromosomal disorder, right? And due to that condition is known as a polyploidy, and in that I have told you there is a two things, that is a aneuploidy and a polyploidy. Aneuploidy, there are the two conditions that already I have told you, that is a monosomy and trisomy, right? Trisomy means when there is a addition of the one chromosome, where in any chromosome pair, homologous chromosome pair, when there is a addition, that we call as a trisomy. So the very common example of trisomy is given in your book, that is a Down syndrome. In that, what is there? There is a Turner syndrome and Down syndrome is there, and in that there is what? There is a deletion and insertion of a chromosomes in a homologous chromosome pair. So that two diseases is given in your book. Along with that, one another disease is given, that we call it as a Klinefelter syndrome, that each and every disease is having a particular characters or symptom. By that we will get to know, okay, the person is affected with that disease. So why that disease, why that syndrome is there? Due to the chromosomal disorder. So this is a very introductory part of the pedigree analysis. What is the meaning of pedigree analysis? How many types of disorder is there? Autosomal, sex-linked, again autosomal dominant, recessive, sex-linked, dominant and recessive, and the type of diseases that you will study in this chapter. So in the next module, we will meet with each type of inheritance. What are the laws that we will follow for that inheritance? By seeing the pedigree, how we will get to know this is the sex-linked and this is the autosomal, that we will discuss. Hope you will understand all these things, and again we will meet with the next video. Thank you.